Welcome to this session on alcohols. Today, we are diving into a very practical and conceptually rich topic, the distinction of primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols. This classification is fundamental to understanding their unique chemical behaviors. We'll embark on a four-level journey, starting with easy definitions and key tests, moving through medium-level mechanisms and additional methods, then exploring hard-level comparisons and classic tests like Victor-Myers. Finally, we'll tackle the hardest competitive insights, limitations, and advanced analytical techniques. Get ready to master alcohol distinctions for G Advanced. Let's kick things off with the basics. Understanding the structure of primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols is your first step to mastering their distinctions. Primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols are defined by the number of alkyl groups attached to the carbon bearing the hydroxyl group. A primary alcohol has one alkyl group, like ethanol. A secondary alcohol has two alkyl groups, such as isopropanol. And a tertiary alcohol has three alkyl groups, for example, tert-butanol. Grasping these structural differences is key to predicting their reactivity. The Lucas test is a classic method for distinguishing these alcohols. It uses Lucas reagent, a mixture of concentrated HCl and anhydrous ZnCl. Tertiary alcohols react immediately, forming immediate turbidity. Secondary alcohols react within 5 to 10 minutes, showing delayed turbidity. Primary alcohols, however, do not react at room temperature, showing no turbidity. This difference in reactivity is due to the varying stability of the carbocation intermediates formed during the reaction, with tertiary carbocations being the most stable. Now, let's test your understanding with a few practice questions. Think about the definitions and the Lucas test observations we just discussed to answer these. Pause the video if you need more time, and then we'll review the answers. Ready to dive deeper? The medium level will explore the mechanisms behind these distinctions and introduce another powerful method, oxidation reactions. The Lucas test operates via an SN1 mechanism. The alcohol is protonated, and water leaves, forming a carbocation. This carbocation then reacts with chloride to form an alkyl chloride, which appears as turbidity. The rate-determining step is the formation of the carbocation. Since tertiary carbocations are the most stable, they form fastest, leading to immediate turbidity. Secondary carbocations are less stable, hence slower reaction, while primary carbocations are too unstable to form at room temperature, so primary alcohols don't react. Oxidation reactions provide another robust way to distinguish alcohols. Primary alcohols oxidize first to aldehydes, then further to carboxylic acids with the same number of carbon atoms. Secondary alcohols oxidize to ketones, which are resistant to further oxidation under mild conditions. Tertiary alcohols, lacking a hydrogen atom on the carbon bearing the hydroxyl group, are resistant to oxidation under mild conditions. Stronger conditions would lead to C-to-C bond cleavage. Common oxidizing agents include acidified potassium dichromate, which changes from orange to green upon reduction. When primary alcohols are oxidized, the orange dichromate turns green as it forms carboxylic acids. Similarly, for secondary alcohols forming ketones, the orange dichromate also turns green. However, for tertiary alcohols under mild conditions, no reaction occurs, and thus the orange color of the dichromate persists, providing a clear distinction. Milder reagents like PCC can be used to stop the oxidation of primary alcohols at the aldehyde stage. Time for some medium-level practice. These questions require a deeper understanding of reaction mechanisms and the outcomes of oxidation reactions. Take your time to analyze each scenario and predict the products or explain the observed differences. Good luck! Let's elevate our understanding. The hard level will compare these methods in detail and introduce the classic Victor-Meyer test, connecting it all to fundamental chemical theories. Comparing Lucas and oxidation tests reveals their strengths and weaknesses. The Lucas test is quick and visual, based on carbocation stability and SN1 mechanism. Its limitation lies in solubility for larger alcohols. Oxidation, on the other hand, depends on the presence of alpha hydrogens and is versatile, allowing for selective transformations with specific reagents. However, strong oxidation can lead to C-to-C bond cleavage. Both are powerful, but their applicability depends on the specific alcohol and desired information. The Victor-Meyer test is a comprehensive, multi-step method. First, the alcohol is converted to an alkyl iodide, then to a nitroalkane. This nitroalkane is then treated with nitrous acid. Primary nitrocanes form nitrolic acids, which turn red with NaOH. Secondary nitrocanes form pseudonitrols, which turn blue. Tertiary nitrocanes do not react with nitrous acid and remain colorless. This sequence provides a definitive color-based distinction for all three classes of alcohols. These distinction tests are rooted in fundamental chemical theories. Carbocation stability, governed by inductive effects and hyperconjugation, explains the Lucas test reactivity order. The presence and acidity of alpha hydrogens are critical for oxidation reactions and the Victor-Meyer test. Understanding these underlying principles allows us to predict reactivity and design synthetic pathways, showcasing the interconnectedness of structure, mechanism, and reactivity in organic chemistry. Now, challenge yourself with these hard-level practice questions. They require you to synthesize information from different tests, predict reaction outcomes, and apply theoretical concepts. Think critically about the mechanisms and observations for each problem. You've got this. Prepare for the ultimate challenge. The hardest level will delve into competitive depth, explore limitations, discuss advanced analytical techniques, and connect these concepts to real-world applications. Historically, these distinction tests were vital for classifying organic compounds before the advent of sophisticated spectroscopy. The Lucas test, simple and rapid, provided a practical means, while the Victor-Meyer test, though complex, offered a robust, unambiguous classification. The mechanistic understanding, particularly the role of carbocation stability in SN1 reactions, refined our theories of organic reactivity and laid the groundwork for modern synthetic chemistry and drug design. These tests are not just historical relics but foundational concepts. In industrial and research settings, the ability to distinguish and selectively react with different alcohol types is crucial. For instance, in pharmaceutical synthesis, converting a primary alcohol to an aldehyde without further oxidation requires highly selective reagents like PCC or Swern oxidation. Understanding the limitations of each test, such as solubility issues in the Lucas test or potential C-to-C bond cleavage during strong oxidation, guides chemists in choosing the most appropriate method for specific synthetic goals and ensuring product purity and yield. This engineering insight is key to successful chemical processes. Beyond chemical tests, modern organic chemistry heavily relies on spectroscopic methods for unambiguous distinction. Infrared spectroscopy provides information on OH and CO stretches, while nuclear magnetic resonance, especially proton NMR, offers definitive identification. The number and multiplicity of alpha protons, protons on the carbon bearing the hydroxyl group, are uniquely characteristic for primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols. For example, a primary alcohol will show a triplet for its 2 alpha protons if adjacent to a CH2, a secondary alcohol a sextet for its single alpha proton, and a tertiary alcohol no alpha protons at all. Mass spectrometry further aids in molecular weight determination and fragmentation analysis. Combining these techniques offers a comprehensive approach to alcohol characterization. The ability to distinguish alcohols is not just an academic exercise, it has a profound impact. It allows for the selective synthesis of various compounds, from pharmaceuticals to polymers. This understanding forms the basis for designing new catalysts and optimizing industrial processes. It contributes to quality control in chemical manufacturing and helps in identifying unknown substances in forensic science. The legacy of these distinction methods continues to shape our understanding of organic reactivity and drives innovation across various scientific and engineering disciplines, creating a chain of impact from fundamental theory to practical application. Here are the first 5 challenging questions for the hardest level. These problems integrate multiple concepts, requiring deep mechanistic understanding and the ability to apply knowledge across different tests and reaction conditions. Take your time, think critically, and connect the dots between structure and reactivity. You're preparing for the highest level of organic chemistry analysis. And here are questions 6 through 10 to complete your hardest level challenge. These questions demand a comprehensive grasp of alcohol chemistry, including advanced mechanisms, spectroscopic interpretation, and synthetic strategy. Push your limits, analyze each scenario thoroughly, and articulate your reasoning clearly. Mastering these will significantly boost your advanced preparedness. You've successfully navigated the complexities of distinguishing primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols, from basic definitions to advanced competitive insights. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. For more such comprehensive educational content and to deepen your understanding across all subjects, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for regular updates and valuable learning resources. Your journey to academic excellence continues with us.